Okay, so the next project I have is going to be an interesting one. Largely because I don't actually know what to expect here. You saw the intro video that I had before. I got this giant cactus, okay? This massive, gargantuan cactus. And look, it's huge. It's huge. Here, see? Look at that. That's how huge it is. It's a rescue, okay? It's a rescue. And it's what is it? Gymnocalycium, saglione, albispinum. Okay, there we go. So this is a highly scarred individual. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to clean up the pot. I'm going to clean up the pot and get rid of some of the weeds. So this is going to be a bit of a tedious one, a long video, okay? Some parts I might not even talk. Now, I don't know what they've done here. Like, they must have just thrown fertilizer on top of this thing. What the? Let's try this. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat this as well with graventine, a systemic insecticide. That's a bad idea, yeah? It actually worked very well. Very interesting. So it has like some sort of calcification. These are all old wool. Do you know how cacti get wool? Look at that. There. The old cacti wool. So I'm not going to pull those off. I thought maybe I needed to get rid of them. But where I can, I'm going to try and get... I mean, God knows why the F balls did they just throw fertilizer on top of this thing, like kind of an animal. Anyway, no, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. I take that back. But obviously someone did it for them, or they, yeah, I don't know what happened, but like there's like green slow release fertilizer chunks everywhere, or whatever that green is. But you can see here, it's scarred now, it's healed, but I took all the bits and pieces away so it'll actually properly dry. And this is a new healthy pup. It's actually in pretty good shape in terms of just scarred to hell, and there's a lot of vines on it which I'm going to get rid of from the soil purely to tidy it up. The vines in the soil are dead. They're not impeding on its growth. They just look very unsightly, and I just want to tidy it up. And then I'm going to treat this with Groventive, that's it. With Groventive, you won't need to see that, but all I'm going to do is do a standard 1 to 1, 1 liter to 1 mil dilution. I'm going to water it with it, and I'm going to put it somewhere warm but not direct sun for a day. Some people say you should spray the leaves to the side of the body. I might do that a little bit, but I think really root absorption is okay as well. I've used it before for root absorption and it seems to do fine. Actually, look, there's not much else I have to do here. The next thing I'm going to do, oh god, it's heavy, eh? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all this white stones. And I'm going to replace it with dark black stone, or dark grey stone, shall I say. And then I'll keep the stones, I'll wash it. I'll wash these stones, they're not going to go to waste. I'll wash them, rinse them, and then I'll use them for another setup that I deem to be more suited. I prefer dark stones because they absorb heat. So I don't know how long, oh, some bird shit, get rid of that shit. I don't know how long these stones have been on here. I hazard a guess it will be years, decades. So this plant is roughly 25 plus. Some say 30. Looking online, it says it could be 30 plus. The cactus expert where I got it from, he said, yeah, he's thinking it's at least 25. I was very excited that I was keen for the challenge of nursing this back to health. So I'm going to do regular updates on this to see if I can nurse it back to health, you know. Yeah, see if I can nurse it back to health. There's something therapeutic about working with plants like this. I don't know what it is. I've got ADHD and all sorts of random OCD shit, but I tell you what, there's something about doing this that kind of calms my mind. I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm good with it. Because as we're nearing winter as well, I'm not going to be watering as much. What I might actually do is get a little bit of Osmocote and put it on soil under the stones. Like I said, these plants don't exactly need much nutrients. I mean, they're designed to be hardy as hell. But I just want to prepare for the next season of growth, and hopefully we can get this main bulb with a little bit more green and vitality. Look, I don't have to be that thorough with it, but I just want to get as much of the white mass as possible. There you go. See See, white will reflect some heat in the sun, but when it's under dark stones, it will actually absorb the heat because it's absorbing it through radiation, not through light infrared. Science, bitch. Science. There we go. So, there we go. Here you have it. Okay. I'm going to rinse that. In fact, I'm going to rinse that now so it can drain and be used soon. So I'm going to big pot. I'm going to do too much. This will last years for this pot. There we go. Oh, I just did what they did, is have a stray friggin' fertilizer. There you go. Okay, now time for stones. Lots of ventilation at the base. Lots of ventilation, so nothing too close. I'd say that putting stones like this is 70% functional, 30% cosmetic. So you don't want to go too crazy now. There you go. There we go. Done. There you go. Oh shit.